and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we are on the Main Lahn Railway going from Limburg to Frankfurt, and here on the map you can see our route today. Our train today is a Dosto in a modernized version, and we will take a closer look at the train in a few seconds, but we are starting in front of the station building of Limburg, which is a rather old building, not too attractive. And here we can already see my train in the background, pulled by a class 146 locomotive. And the first car of the train is quite interesting. It's a so-called Idea train. It's a concept in Germany where new ideas on how trains could look in the future can be tested, and here few of these ideas have been implemented in a train and can be used here every day. For example, we have an area where you can meet with friends or find new friends, and we have a working space. But it's just a very small part of the train. Here we also saw the very nice first class of the train, but as I only had a ticket for second class as I was traveling with my Deutschland ticket, I went all the way to the other end of the train where the train was still quite empty, and now we can take a look at second class. As I said, these trains have been refurbished recently. They received new seats and a completely new interior. That is quite nice. We have a nice seat pouch, power sockets, movable armrests, and the seats are also quite comfy. Not more comfy than the old seats, but still quite nice. Only downside is we do not have tables in second class. Here we are leaving the station of Limburg as a regional express, so we are only stopping at the most important stations in between. Shortly after leaving Limburg, we are crossing the high-speed line between Frankfurt and Cologne, but there is no connection between those two lines, so if you want to change from this station to an ICE, you have to take a bus to the long-distance station. We are still on the Lahn Valley Railway that we've seen in the last video until Eschhofen. After Eschhofen, we are going on the so-called Main Lahn Railway because it's going from the river Main to the river Lahn. Here you can see how long our train is, quite impressive. And the Main Lahn Railway does also have two other names. It's also called the Limburg Railway or the Taunus Railway, because we are crossing at the end the mountain range of Taunus. We will see that later on. The landscape is quite beautiful. We have a lot of different types of landscapes, some flat areas, some slightly hilly areas, and then at the end we're going through the Taunus, which is a proper mountain range. But in general, it's a quite nice landscape. Some points you also have a very nice view, so it's a quite pleasant ride, especially because these trains are also very comfortable and nice, and there's a high capacity, so the trains shouldn't be too crowded unless you're traveling in the peak times. We're now approaching the station of Bad Camberg.
E20 nach Frankfurt-Main Hauptbahnhof. Nächste Station Idstein.
Here in Bad Camberg we met with the oncoming train. As you might have seen, there was also the Idea car, the Idea train, implemented in that train. So if everything is going to plan, every single train on that line does have one car like this, unless there is a replacement train and they have to use older trains. But if everything is going to plan, you will have a chance to see this Ideas train on every train on that line. Here we've just seen a station of Niedernhausen. There you have a connection to the Länches Railway on to Wiesbaden, but we are continuing on to Frankfurt. As I said, as a regional express, so we're not stopping at most stations in between. But now we are in the Taunus, and as you can see now the landscape is very beautiful. This is the most scenic part of our journey. And as there is not only the regional train also in a line that is stopping at most stations, but also an S-Bahn service, from here on we have almost no stops in between. Our next stop then is the station Frankfurt Höchst. But for now, let's enjoy the fantastic view into the Taunus mountain range here from the train window. And as soon as we are leaving the Taunus, we are in the suburban areas of Frankfurt, getting closer to Frankfurt Höchst, where you have multiple connections, and from there the railway line is also already known because we have already seen the part in several videos, the last one being the island video that came out a few weeks ago. And now we're continuing on to the main station. Even though we've seen this part now multiple times, it's always nice to enter the main station of Frankfurt. For once because you can see the impressive skyscrapers, but I was sitting on the wrong side for that, but also because of the station itself, as the main station of Frankfurt is quite an impressive building. Here we are at the main station of Frankfurt. We can take a final look into the modernized version of the Dosto, which in my opinion is pretty nice, except for the missing tables. And now it's time to leave the train. We can take a look at the exterior of the train, which looks pretty nice. So I think it got a new paint job pretty recently, as this train looks very well. It seems to be in pretty good shape. And that's it for this video. I hope it was interesting for you. Here you can see the name of the song and when the next video will be uploaded. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to follow, subscribe, share the video link and like the video, and I hope to see you in my next video.